Coming to you recorded
from our studio in the land of the free and home of the Whopper.
We are Betty, Joe, and Roy.
And this is
What that says.
Formula Launch.
American Edition, Part 2. We rise again. Coming out in 20th place today, we got Carlos Sainz, who was spun out. He was dive-bombed in turn 1 of lap 1, the pole sitter, and taken immediately out of the race. George E. Russell.
Wasn't just a puncture there, bud, now was it?
He definitely was at least.
Did not have a root and toot in time in Texas.
Did not have a root and toot. Hey, we shouldn't make fun of Texas.
I wasn't making fun of Texas, was it?
Yeah. We can say that shoes from Texas are dumb. Coming out in 19th place, Spaghetti Bosa.
Beat that Alpha.
Yeah, he did.
Man.
Yeah, he did. Right in the last turn, too.
Yeah.
Good timing for a safety car, though. That was good timing
That
for
helps.
a lot of the pack. A lot of the pack got shaken up by that. That was a good timing for a safety car.
Yeah. And then you know what? 2 laps later, we had our another safety car because of Lance Stroll.
Stroll.
Man, I don't know if it was because of Lance Stroll. He didn't help the
No,
situation.
that was more. That was a definitive racing incident between Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll, where neither one of them were doing exactly what they should have been doing. And Alonso started showing up on people's radar screens as he launched into the air. The fact that his car kept going after that.
Yeah, I didn't think
No,
Yeah.
Lance definitely got the short end of that stick.
Yeah, we'll get more into Alonso after we get into Nicholas Latifi in
Proving
17th
once
place.
again how much we need an American in F1, as Logan Sargent will be potentially replacing his seat next
Pay
year.
attention to F2,
Pay
everybody.
attention to F2.
You
He
never
just
know.
needs 6 more points as of recording this. Now, we might be getting our first American in a minute
In a minute.
in Formula One, and let me tell you, will that be bad?
Yeah, Williams could not be happier.
But they did have the sick Duracell logo on top of their
Yeah, they need to keep that
air
up.
intake. They got to keep that every week. That thing's too great.
Someone who loves it, but did not love it today. Danny Rick. You poor guy. Poor guy.
Not a good race for you today. Not a good weekend, really.
Yeah.
He had some bad times.
Yeah. Seems like driver error, to be honest. Just
And
not
hey,
getting
if
into it.
rumors are to be believed, and by rumors I mean things he has said and started spreading around the paddock, he might show up next year as a reserve driver. No word from anybody on that, except him. But
him.
we might see him.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome.
We don't want to lose him.
We don't want to lose him.
We need Rick.
You know who else we don't want to lose?
Yeah.
Mick Schumacher, coming out in 15th place, right about where his car should be located, so that's not too fair. Gene Haas been quoted saying that he's cost too much money to the team. Gene Haas then put Giovinazzi in for free practice 1, and how long did that last?
8 minutes.
8 minutes! 4 laps he got. Crashed the car into the wall. I don't think we'll be seeing Antonio Giovinazzi, at least, in Mick Schumacher's seat anytime soon.
No.
No.
I wouldn't put him in his seat.
I wouldn't. Not at all.
Guy that does deserve his seat next season, though. Pierre Gasly.
Whoo-wee!
Maybe not the greatest race in 14th place, but I don't know.
He's been strong all season.
Yeah. He avoided that incident with Stroll very, very well. He was in 7th at the time of that.
Yep.
Just kind of fell back. Yeah, just kind of fell back. I don't know. Didn't have a great race, I would say. I would say it wasn't his best. Not to finish in 13th place.
Yeah, not one of his strongest. Not one of his strongest, for sure. Speaking of somebody who could have had a great race, but unfortunately didn't, Zhao Guan Yu. Coming out with a good qualifying time and only a couple of offs at a track where we saw quite a lot of offs this weekend.
It was a pretty
There was
exciting
no
weekend.
shortage of people going off the track. It was a good old week. Always brings out a good weekend. Austin, Texas. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do wish I was back in Texas. I miss those wide open range. Miss my 20 acres, barbecues, and pecan pies.
Someone who wishes he had more range would have been Alex Albon, finishing in 12th place. 12th place? 12th place. I mean, he's a Williams.
He's bringing the Williams up consistently to where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, I mean...
To where it doesn't belong.
Granted, they're not getting points, but they're getting close to points, and that's... What more can you ask for at that point?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot, but he can ask for a better teammate, which he might potentially be getting.
Oh, hopefully. I mean, he's going to be getting a better teammate.
He's going to be getting a better
no
teammate,
what,
that is for sure.
Unless you put Mazepin back in there. But,
Esteban Ocon coming out in 11th place. He was having a rough time at it today. He was having a rough go at it. The fact that he ended up as high on the grid as he did is more of just a fluke than anything else.
Credit to him.
Credit to him. He did bring that car up.
I mean, the Alpines are fast, but...
That's the thing, is the Alpines are fast, and he is not quite performing. He's only performed strongly when he's fighting his teammate. That's not
true.
That's not so good.
No, that's not how you want to be. It's not how you want to be. He's going to be fighting his teammate next season, which it was confirmed to be Gasly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was. Making Yuki Tsunoda coming out in 10th place, along with Nick DeVries over at AlphaTauri, the shortest pairing on the grid.
They stretched for that.
It's a stretch. They didn't have to stretch that far. Those two are pretty tiny guys.
Yeah.
They maybe should have stretched more. Does that make you taller? I'll get back to you on that one.
I feel like the medieval times tried that and didn't
They
work.
did try that, and it did find out.
It worked for what they were trying to go for.
They got their jobs and goals accomplished, yes.
Someone else who got their job accomplished would be that of K-Mag, bringing the Haas in 9th place. Good job, man.
That battle with Seb at the end, last lap, was gorgeous.
Good racing.
Great racing.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. And mentioning that, might as well mention that Sebastian Vettel coming out in 8th place. That was the number I was looking for.
Led his 35th, 100th lap this race.
He's now led 3,501. Because he did cross the line one more time.
Yep. 8th place doesn't show for the race that he had, but it was Aston Martins were looking great.
They were looking amazing.
All race.
It would have been nice to see where Stroll had actually finished. He would have probably gotten his best finish.
Yeah,
if
but
it
someone
weren't
that's Fernando Alonso. Exactly. 7th place. Man, Stroll was in 3rd or 5th at the time when Alonso just kind of ran into the back of him, took flight. I'm surprised that car still went. All he lost was his mirror.
And that took a couple of laps. It was bouncing down that DRS straight for a good few laps before it finally gave up the ghost and just went launching off. I'm surprised they let that mirror sit on the track the whole rest of the race.
Taking out your teammate next year. Not a good look.
Not a good look. Not a good look. But I'll bet you one thing that's going to be a good look is watching those two race together next year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Someone who had a better look than he was expecting, Lando Norris in 6th place. Kind of coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He made it to Q3 on the slimmest of margins. And, he just ran a good race.
I think it was, there was that pit stop, that the safety car, the Stroll safety car, really kind of jumbled things up.
Really messing things up, oh yeah.
I guess it wasn't the Stroll safety car, it was the Bottas safety car that kind of, because it was...
Bottas safety cars where you got a lot of the slow pit stops from some of the more important groups there.
Where did, I don't know, one of the Ferrari's pit stops got messed up. And I think it was in the middle of the race.
One of the Leclerc pit stops did get messed up. It was towards the earlier bit of the race, and it wasn't too bad.
And I think that's how Norris benefited, was off of that whole little incident there, which might have been the Stroll crash.
Very well,
because he might have pitted on the Bottas, but so did Leclerc. It doesn't matter.
Mr. Consistency coming out in 5th place. George Russell finally earning that name again.
Yeah.
Hasn't had the strongest past couple of races, but did have a relatively strong weekend. If you discount when he smacked his front wing against Bottas's tire and lost part of it.
Carlos Sainz.
Carlos Sainz, thank you.
Yeah.
It was Checo that hit K-Mag, my bad. Bottas. Long day. Thank you, Budweiser.
No free ads.
Speaking of Checo, coming out in 4th place today. Quite a fight for him.
Yeah, it was
quite a fight for him.
The top 5 did not have an easy... Russell had an easy race, I would guess, because he didn't really have much... He battled Leclerc pretty early on.
First turn, spun out the pole sitter, and you're going to have an easy race.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they teach you in racing school?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that's the first rule of racing. Spin out the pole sitter.
Seinfeld's Skip Barber sticker would definitely help us out with that.
Yeah, it would have. 100%. 100%.
I guess Leclerc did have a tough race. He finished in third. He started in, 10th or 12th, something like that? I mean...
He started back due to engine penalties.
There was a lot of engine penalties, 4 engine penalties this weekend. Leclerc had a great race. He battled it out with Perez for a while. Perez held him up. He also had a pretty good battle with Verstappen, but Verstappen eventually just took over on him, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of lost him. Kind of lost Leclerc in the dust. Once that last safety car came out, Leclerc never recovered. I don't know.
No, he was battling for a whole long time, and it was really his battle against Checo for the long time
That's right.
helping certain other people ahead of him get some space built there. But it just wasn't enough for Lewis Hamilton, who finished second, only missing his one potential win of this year by margins. Just the slimmest of margins.
It was a battle between him and Verstappen, who finished in first place to seal up that constructors, to seal up his drivers, everything. We all know he won his drivers loud. Good job, Red Bull.
Yeah, yeah.
Way
Rest
to
in
be.
peace, Dietrich Mateschitz.
It was just a battle between Hamilton and Verstappen at the end to try and call out who was going off the track first. It was the last few laps were definitely, no, he went off of track 9 or turn 9. No,
Yeah,
he went off of turn 20.
as soon as Hamilton got past, he just started complaining, oh, he's going off there. And meanwhile, he was going off himself everywhere as well, so.
They both had 3 strikes.
Both did get
Both
3
were about
strikes.
to get their penalties.
Which is funny that it's 3 strikes, and then you're out, but I'll take it.
So I guess the 4th strike would be the
4th
out.
strike is the out, and the
yeah.
4th strike is the penalty. 3 strikes, you get the flag. That's all right. Coming to you recorded from our studio in this place where the old men are racist and the cops shoot minorities. We're Betty, Joe, and Roy.
This has been
Formula Lunch. Walter Cronkite.